Hey, this is my online course unit. And as you can see, I picked zoology, and I'm really excited and glad that I picked this. It was super user friendly. I've heard about it in multiple classes from being attending Lipscomb, but I also heard it from different educators in Murray County, but I never had the chance to dig deeper. But I feel like this is something that my kids that are diploma certified, so that means they have laptops in front of them, that's what they're missing. I'm missing something that has everything that I need. But so I did this for my fifth graders, and so here's my first icebreaker activity. So it's my community activity, and if you just click on it, I am a checklist person. My kids know that, so they see the checklist on the whiteboard, and they're kind of used to that. So this is a checklist of what they need to do. And it takes everything, every single step. So the first thing is they're going to click on truth and a lie link, and then open a Padlet. And I also explained to them how to add, like how to write. So they would just add this and then post theirs, but they would post 2 truths and 1 lie, and then they have to at least comment on 2 other people. And then when they're all finished, I would go back and obviously have them tell them that they need to tell which one was their lie. But that's my icebreaker activity, just to get them more engaged in community and building that relationship inside my classroom. But my unit is over expressions, and expressions is something new for fifth graders. They haven't really talked about the expressions before, but I have 4 lessons in my expressions unit. So the first one is called PEMDAS in the order of operations. So I have my standard and then my learning target. And my learning target is I can create an acronym to remember the order of operations. So if I click this, and I'm sorry, this thing keeps on coming up. If I click this, it's a task, and it tells them everything that we are going to do for this task. So if they read it, they just have to follow instructions. But I made them a handout that goes with what they're going to do. So it's kind of more like a web quest. So I uploaded that handout. So this is the handout that they'll have, and it corresponds to what the steps they have to take. So number 2 says go to this site and answer questions 1 through 4. So they'll have to go to that site, and then they'll have to answer questions 1 through 4 on their sheet. So they'll be filling this out next to their computer as they go. But by the end of the lesson, they're going to have to create their own acronym for PEMDAS. So they're going to learn that, US's acronym is please excuse me, dear Aunt Sally, and then they'll have to create their own acronym with images in a Word document. And then they're going to have to upload it into the discussions page. So I did an example for them, and I just did the regular one, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, so they could view it to see what mine looks like. But here is my acronym. So they'll have to come up with their own, and I like this because it brings creativity, and it might help them remember the order because they're going to need to know the order to simplify. And that's what the next lesson is on. The next lesson is on, so if I go back out, is on simplifying expressions. They have never done this so far in 4th grade math or any of the younger years. So this is a brand new standard for my 5th graders. And as you can see, I have the standard again, and then I have the learning target. But this lesson teaches them how to simplify. So at the end of this lesson, their goal is that they can simplify using the order of operations. So the first thing is they're going to do is they're going to watch this video over the order of operations. But with that, I made guided notes. So they're going to have to follow along as they watch the video, because I feel like it's very crucial for kids, to watch it and write it and watch it and write it and hear it, and they know how to stop and pause and rewind. So it gives them something to do. But after they watch it, so they'll watch it and they'll fill in all these and they'll solve these problems. I put example problems. So here are practice problems that they are going to have to finish on their own. And when they're finished, they're going to check with me. And the reason I like checking in with them, because I need to give them that individual feedback as if they're ready to go to the next thing, or if I need to sit down with them and work more one-on-one. But that's what they're going to do. If they're ready to go after they checked in with me, they're going to go to number 3, which is a game online, and it just takes them through levels. There's 3 levels: easy, medium, and hard, and that's just a way to practice their learning over the order of operations. And then the last thing is that they're going to have to do a Flipgrid. So they're going to go to Flipgrid, and this is my class site, so they know how to do all that. And they're going to go to the order of operations, and then they're going to make a video that explains the order of operations, and then they're going to solve this problem. So that's a way that I can take a quick 20% in this grade and learning check to see if they're mastering or not mastering this skill. So that's my second lesson. So if I go back out and go to my third lesson is also simplifying the order of operations, because it's important that we have that explicit teaching and that they are getting it. So this is more of like kind of a fun activity. They will do it with a partner, but it says please help. So they're going to click on that, and then it tells them what they're going to do. So Miss McMahon left your brain at home, and with your partner, please download the PowerPoint and follow the directions. So they're going to have to download this PowerPoint, and then on the PowerPoint, it tells them everything that they need to do on the second page. So it says, help me. The following slides have a math problem that are not completed. Okay, please work out the math problems and simplify. If you need a scratch paper, they can use one. So there's going to be problems on each slide, so they're going to have to solve each problem. Then they're going to have to pick one of the problems they solve and write a paragraph about it. There's about 5 or 6 problems on here, and then they're going to have to do a challenge problem. They're going to have to save it and send it back to me in an email. And so that's another way I can take an assessment grade to see if they're actually gaining the concept or not. Now, the next unit or the next lesson is over translating expression into words, because I teach this with the order of operations, because we're just taking numbers and writing the words into it and taking words and writing the numbers for it. So it's the same thing, kind of like lesson 2. They're going to have to watch an Edpuzzle. So when they go to this, it says go to Edpuzzle, and they have a class. They have a class sign in for that. So they'll go to Edpuzzle, they'll watch the video, and they'll take these notes along with it. And then at the end, they also, just like when they did the order of operations, they're going to have practice problems, and then they're going to check in me when they're finished. So they're going to write the numerical expressions using words. And then they're also going to write words for a numerical expression. Then after that, they're going to take a quiz over translating expressions into words. So they're going to take a quiz on here, and it has everything, and then also has a couple order of operations problems so I can see where they're at. Now, it's hard for me to do all this, to show you all this, because I use a lot of data, and so I base my lessons on where the students are at individually and what they need. So I probably wouldn't do the lesson 4 right away unless they're gaining mastery of that first order of operations, being able to simplify. But I can definitely use this to help me grade and help me find assessments. But I really liked zoology, and I really liked how easy it was to use. But this is my unit of study.